Hello, everybody. My name is Lauren Bryn. I'm the Assistant Commissioner of the MIAA, and I'm very excited to be here today with Mackenzie Moore from Kalamazoo. Mackenzie, how are you today?
Good.
Good. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Mackenzie Moore. I'm a freshman at Kalamazoo College, and I play softball here. I'm studying chemistry because I plan on being a chemical engineer, and then I'm also in the German program here. So I'm looking to either minor or major in German.
Obviously, you are very new to the MIAA, but what are some things that you're looking forward to about competing in this conference and maybe some rivalries that you heard of?
So yes, definitely. The rivalries that I have heard of have been Hope and Trine for Kalamazoo College. So I'm looking forward to playing them because rivalries are always fun. And then just about the MIAA, I like that when we travel places, people treat us with respect and people are happy that we're there to compete and they try to make it just a good opportunity for everybody to compete and do their best. And it's just a really nice environment to play in, and I feel safe and welcome, and it's just really fun to be in.
We are towards the end of Division 3 week, but we've been celebrating all week long. What drew you to Division 3 specifically, and what makes it special to you?
What drew me to Division 3 was the balance between school and sports. As I said earlier, I want to be a chemical engineer, so that means I have to take some very rigorous courses. And I also really love softball, and D3, I think, has a good balance between being able to be dedicated to those classes, but also being able to be dedicated to my sport without having to compromise one or the other, and still being able to have a social life with both of those.
How do you manage your time? Like, I know a lot of people have told me they love their Google Calendar, but what is it for you that keeps you kind of on track and balanced?
Yes, definitely Google Calendar. I have my weeks planned out like weeks before they happen. And then I also use a to-do list. So I write down everything I need to do in a day and I cross it off as I get it done. And that's how I stay organized.
Assuming you have a little bit of time for hobbies, what are some of the favorite hobbies that you have?
Um, I'm a Marvel enthusiast, so anything Marvel movie, TV show related, I'm watching those TV shows, watching those movies in my free time. I also like crafts. I didn't bring many of my craft supplies with me, but at home when I do have free time, I like to do alcohol ink painting or just painting in general because I find it relaxing and fun. And then I play the viola. I did not bring it with me to school, but I do play the viola.
You are from Alaska. How did you come across Kalamazoo College?
So my comp team in Alaska used the NCAA recruiting website and field level. And on those two websites, you can search by degree, you can search location, price, and then like openings in position. And I just put in my information. So I had put in chemical engineering, German. I selected most of the country as my location. So there was a ton of options. And then I also put in study abroad because I wanted to do a study abroad. And Kalamazoo popped up, and I was like, they have everything I'm looking for. So I did some research, and it ended up being a great fit for me.
So, how is that move for you from Alaska to Michigan? Because that is not any small move.
So it was definitely very challenging and expensive. So I think I started packing 2 weeks before I even stepped on the plane to fly down to Chicago, and then we drove from Chicago to Kalamazoo. And when I was packing, I had to be very particular in what I chose because I only had so much space. And I ended up shipping 12 normalish sized boxes from Anchorage to the school, and they got here to Kalamazoo before I did. And then my mom and I flew down from Alaska, and we had 4 suitcases between the two of us, plus my softball bag. So I guess there was 5 bags. And then when we got here, we went and picked up all the boxes I had shipped to the school. We organized it all, and then we moved it into the dorms, which took several hours. And then I spent the rest of that day unpacking, but everything fit, and I'm enjoying it here. It was definitely challenging, but with two of us and so many things, definitely really challenging.
What are some things that you miss most about being in Alaska?
For me, I miss the mountains. When I came to Michigan, I was under the impression that Michigan had mountains. I don't know where I got that from, but when I got here, I learned otherwise. So I definitely miss looking at the mountains because my family, we live like right next to the Shugiak mountain range. So I can look in my backyard and there's just a mountain range and then the ocean. So I miss that best of both worlds view. I definitely also miss seeing the wildlife because we can be just driving along the road and there's a moose or there's a bear or there's just crazy wildlife everywhere. And then I come here and I'm like, oh my goodness, look, it's a deer. And then my friends are like, it's just a deer, but that's the substitute for moose here, I guess.
So on the flip side, what have you liked about living in Michigan so far?
Um, Personally, I've really liked the seasons. Alaska's seasons are crazy. Our fall is less than a month long. It starts maybe late September and it's over by mid-October. So we don't get much of fall, and I really like the pretty colors in the trees. And when I came here, fall started mid-September and it lasted all the way through November. And I thought that was very interesting and I enjoyed having the different colored trees present for so long. And then in Alaska, winter is really long. It lasts from mid-October to late April, and here it's beginning of April and winter's over. I love the snow, but in Alaska it gets boring by March when there's still 3 feet of snow on the ground. So I definitely like how the seasons are different here. And then when I first came to Michigan, the very first interactions I had with people were so positive. I just felt that everybody here was so nice and welcoming and just a different energy than in Anchorage when people are just kind of going about their own business. People here were like, "Hi, how are you?" Very cheerful and friendly.
I like closing out each interview with kind of a different fun question. So you said you love Marvel. What is your favorite Marvel TV show or movie?
Well, that's really hard. My favorite movie is Captain America: Civil War. Um, TV show is probably Loki. I really like the Loki series, but there's definitely that's a definitely a tough question.
Well, I love it. Mackenzie, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me, and best of luck to you and your team this season.
Yeah, thank you.